Hello and welcome to the Canadian Comic Geek here on Just Push Play at the wonderful comic book shop. And last week someone actually mentioned, what kind of comic should I start at? Where should I start? What comic would you recommend? Well, like any comic book fan, any comic is anyone's first. It could be a really good comic, or a really bad comic, or just a guilty pleasure. And for this, we're going to start with a few comic books that you can easily start off with without no idea who the characters are whatsoever. We can start off with Age of Ultron, Issue 10, AI. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you here. I did not like Age of Ultron at all. It was a mess. It was slow. Like, some of the stuff they were trying to keep hidden was like, basically, I'm going to spoil this for you. Long story short, Wolverine time travel makes ripping off DC comic books Crisis on Infinite Earths idea. That's pretty much what it is. By the end of it, kind of thing. It's like, oh, Wolverine's time travel broke the multiverse, so basically we're going to have unnecessary crossovers. Hooray! Although, this issue of, it's basically just a one-shot of, well, Hank Pym, also known as Ant-Man. And it is a really good story here, where basically, like, after he reviews, like, Age of Ultron and what the universe would be like if he didn't exist, he basically tries to be a better hero, but for himself, and being very imaginative, especially, well, cube-shaped bubbles. That's my only spoiler for that. Other than that, I really like this issue. I recommend picking this up. Also, it's kind of like a prologue to the new Avengers comic called Avengers AI, which is coming this July. Okay, next we have a first issue that actually just came out recently, Batman Superman. And I recommend this for anyone. Well, even though the art is creepingly awesome. I say creepingly because it is dark. Even I found it dark when I saw this guy's art when I was a kid. It's still a good read. Craig Pack is writing it, and basically it's Batman and Superman teaming up, but also on a multiverse level too. And that's because you actually see like two different art styles of this current Earth and also Earth 2, because this is like set like before they formed the Justice League, and this is before like heroes are lovable. So you actually see an awesome Batman Superman fight with no clue, and also an alternate Batman saying what everyone was thinking back when they introduced DC's New 52. Why is Superman wearing pants? I recommend just buying this because this is the start of this is the first part one of a story arc, and it's really interesting seeing these versions of Superman Batman being a slightly different take of a Superman Batman team up. Okay, next, and this is for you Green Lantern fans out there, but also for if you don't know Green Lanterns, here is one of the most recently lovable Green Lantern characters ever, Larfleeze, who is basically, he's like Green Lantern, but he's orange, and he's powered by his own greed. You see how exciting this is for me. Basically, long story short about this comic, you see Larfleeze and his butler, more like slave, just sitting on a rock after all of his stuff has been destroyed, just sitting there waiting for its inevitable end at the very edge of the universe, which is weird. How could a universe have an edge? But whatever. And basically, while he's waiting for the 15 minutes to die, he thinks, you know what? I shall retell my backstory to my butler for the 100th time. And it's really interesting. The art's very colorful. I love who's writing this, because it's the guys who wrote Justice League Generation Lost, but that's for another time. But other than that, I recommend reading this because for a first issue, it's not bad. You get to find out who the character is, and that he is nuts with his own greed and will. And now for another Green Lantern comic book, and this is only for the few who aren't so squeamish. Red Lanterns issue 21. For this issue, as you can see, the leader is knocked down, and by who? Guy Gardner, the one Green Lantern who's well known for being a dick. No, but Guy Gardner's one of my favorite Green Lanterns, who now basically he becomes the Red Lantern. Long story short, Hal Jordan, who's now leader of the Green Lanterns, goes, yeah, the bug we planted on the Red Lanterns, we're not getting any information from them anymore. How would you like to be a Red Lantern, Guy? And And basically, he does become a Red Lantern, but how he becomes is one hell of a, like, there's blood and fists everywhere, and like, for those who aren't squeamish and like a little bit of like violence, I recommend buying this, because this is like the new writer coming in for Red Lanterns. This is a good jumping on point in case you're interested. And finally, last but not least, and for those of you who like me love cartoons, issue 2 of Regular Show. Now, right, this is actually part 2 of a 2-issued story arc, but you don't need to buy issue 1, because basically, in the first page, they do explain what things going on, like the characters talking, where basically Mordecai and Rigby, that's the Blue Jay and Raccoon, tricked their friend Muscle Man to start a mosh pit, which basically, if you're fans of Regular Show, things go horribly, horribly wrong. But I actually enjoy it, because the villain for this, he's supposed to be like, he is the god of rock punk and stuff like that. And I love how the character design. For one, he dresses like Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers, yet the powers he used, it looked like he learned them from Ganondorf from Legend of Zelda. Weird, but I recommend reading for those of you who love cartoons and can't get enough of it. And those are the comics I have to say that you can easily start off there without any knowledge of comic books. So this is the Canadian Comic Geek at the comic book shop here on Just Push Play, signing off, and thank you for watching.